What's up, everyone? Happy Friday. Welcome to the warm-up. It feels good to spend another morning together. I'm Allie Love, Nick McCarville. As you notice, I'm still in the comforts of my own home, enjoying the U.S. Open. Nick, you got something special over there. I see
Ellie,
it.
I somehow have crafted this studio and it's looking pretty good. It's making me excited for, what should we call it, Friday? It's Friday feeling here, day 5 of the U.S. Open.
All right, Nick, we got our love lessons. Now, it's a fun Friday. We want to finish strong. So I got the 3 F's for you. We're going to move forward. We're going to move fiercely, and we're going to move freely. We're going to have some fun today. Can we do that, partner?
I'm going to try. You're making me feel fearless today for this Friday. I love the energy. Obviously, we've got day 5 here, but I love having you as a partner to kind of get me ready for the day.
That's what I'm here for. I got your back always. Now, we're going to take it, before we move ahead, Nick, we got to take a look back. There was a lot of things happening. I know you got the lowdown. Let's get into it.
Yeah, totally. Let's look at day 4. It was a dazzler. You had Serena, you had Thiem, you had Medvedev, Sloane. We're going to talk about those matches, of course, Allie. And the rain came last night. Some of the matches were carried over into day 5. But let's first take a look at some of the upsets. First up, it was 2020 Australian Open finalist, 2-time Slam champ Garbiñe Muguruza, picked by many to go far in this tournament. She was stopped in straight sets by Svetlana Pironkova, 7-5, 6-3. She probably had the racket smash heard round the world. Garbiñe letting out some steam on a steamy day in New York. I have to say, though, Allie, Pironkova playing in her first event of any kind in 3 years. She's another one of these moms that we can cheer for on tour. She had her baby son, Alexander, in 2018. She's a 3-time major quarterfinalist, and she made her U.S. Open debut, I think before you were born, Allie, in 2006. So really cool to see Pironkova back playing some top-level tennis. Now, her fellow Bulgarian, Grigor Dimitrov, he led by a break in the 4th set against Hungary's Marton Fucsovics, but he fell in 5 sets, Allie, 6-7, 7-6, 3-6, 6-4, 6-1. Disappointment for Dimitrov, who was a semifinalist here last year. Now, Allie, your tennis hipster pick proved to be a sage one yesterday, as Vasek proved that anything is Pospisil, using a medical timeout to reset against countryman Milos Raonic and winning in 4 sets. Pospisil playing in his 9th U.S. Open, and this is his first trip to round 3. That feels good, eh? And you had your eyes on this one too, Allie Love. It was, well, if you blinked, you missed it. Vika Azarenka totally playing some of her top-level tennis, 6-1, 6-3, in just 67 minutes against fellow Belarusian Aryna Sabalenka. Fine form for Azarenka. She won all 5 breakpoint chances she had. She is definitely one to watch in this tournament.
Now, Nick, we talk about big names. Let's get into some big games. Thiem, Serena, Medvedev. Yesterday was Thursday, but it felt like the new Friday. Dominic Thiem beat Sumant Nagal in straight sets. The 23-year-old and first Indian in 7 years to win a singles match here at the U.S. Open just couldn't pull it off. His ripping forehand and fighting spirit just wasn't enough yesterday to get past the newly 27-year-old Austrian who was celebrating his birthday. And speaking of celebrating, who comes to mind better than Serena Williams? Serena took another step towards 24 as she out-hit 117th ranked Russian Margarita Gasparin, 6-2, 6-4. Serena is moving into the 3rd round of the U.S. Open for the 20th time.
It's amazing, Allie.
Then we had Daniil Medvedev, who had an impressive performance against Australian's Christopher O'Connell. Although O'Connell showed no signs of tightness or nerves in his first Grand Slam ever, he just couldn't find a hole in Medvedev's airtight game. Medvedev won this match in 3 sets. Big games, big names, Nick. Now, Nick, before we move forward, let's take a look back. It's time for one of my favorite segments, Allie's Rallies. We get into the all-Canadian match here, Milos Raonic and Vasek Pospisil. Now, as you see, it start to go, and Pospisil, interesting enough, responds with a behind-the-back fun moment. The reality, as you see as this play goes on, is that he didn't even realize that his serve was in. Pospisil loses the point, but wins the match against his fellow countrymen in 4 sets. What a fun moment, definitely top 10. Hello, behind the back looking fly. Next up, we have Matteo Berrettini versus Ugo Humbert. This play gives us all the vibes. Humbert serves and Berrettini takes tennis and makes it a show. He takes it literally around the net between the umpire stand and the net post. And he talked about taking the game to deuce and then later taking the match in 3 sets.
Ali, I love those points, and I also love this player in Karolina Muchova. She has every trick on the tennis court. We see it here with the drop shot. She's hitting her rhythm on the court, and she's also got a pretty good beat off the court, too. Is that right, Ali?
That is true. It leads us right into our social checks. Now, I want to quote Basquiat on this one. He says, art decorates spaces, but music decorates time. And now Muchova, Karolina Muchova, is known for her beats. Let's check this out.
Ali, what I have to recommend to people is that they should go to her Instagram, first off, because this is amazing, but read the lyrics because it's really thoughtful about being in the US Open controlled environment. And she did call this her bubble wrap. I love that.
It was incredible, and it definitely made my day yesterday. Now, speaking of making your day, getting into this art that decorates spaces, it is decorating the US Open. We have some really cool ones here. We have Caroline Artworks. Caption, so happy to watch tennis. So are we, Caroline. Thanks for sharing your art. Next up, we have Wanli Tunes here with a photo of Daniil Medvedev's backhand. We have a really cool caricature of Caroline Garcia here.
I love all the fan art. It's so cool that people are inspired by the tennis and then put that out on social as artists.
The detail, Serena's nails, serving here, the colors, it's incredible. Again, art that decorates spaces. The space that we miss so much, the grounds of the US Open, makes us feel all connected. And now next up, we have JY Originals here, who created an amazing piece that we actually see in the stadium. It's an installation, a part of the Be Open campaign. Right, Nick? This is something that you mentioned in some of our earlier shows.
Yeah, this is so cool. It's Black Lives to the Front. It is artists of color who are giving color to the US Open and really showcasing their artwork on the tennis court that we all love.
And next up is our social check. Yesterday we asked, what do you eat while you're enjoying the US Open? And we got some really cool photos that I must admit made me hungry. Look at this spread. I saw this and right away I probably double tapped and I was like, how can I heart this, Nick, even more?
It makes me miss all the food court food at the US Open. None of that is open this year. Basically, as I've told you many times on the show, I'm just eating popcorn for the next 10 days.
Now, Nick, it's funny that you mentioned the food on the US Open because on usopen.org, we have some recipes. And now this really cool fan recreated some of those recipes from chefs from those restaurants on the grounds.
I love that. Literally bringing the taste of the US Open at home while you experience the tennis. Delicious.
And now, as we speak US Open, one of the key ingredients to any great US Open are our Americans, especially them going far, right, Nick? We got some red, white, and blue up next.
Totally. We've had some great American success. We talk about Serena Williams, obviously. Yesterday, also a win for Sofia Kenin, Amanda Anisimova, Sloane Stephens. The list kind of goes on and on, Ali. I do want to name these players, though. Madison Keys, Frances Tiafoe, they join the likes of Jen Brady, Ann Lee, Shelby Rogers, Taylor Fritz, Madison Brangle, and Jessie Pegula, all into the third round. And there's still some matches to be finished from Thursday night, but a heartwarming moment yesterday for Anisimova. She was a semifinalist at the French Open. She's still just 19, but Ali, she lost her father, Constantine, last year. He had a sudden heart attack just before the US Open. He was her mentor, her confidant, and she actually spoke about how motivating he was, his memory on court yesterday when she was down a set to American 16-year-old Katarina Scott. Let's actually listen in to Amanda.
I'm getting a lot of memories from the juniors when my dad was with me, and I had a match just like this. You know, I was down and then he was saying some encouraging words, so that really helped me. So I don't know, I was just thinking about him the whole time, and it was just giving me a lot of, energy to pump me up and keep myself going. And then, I started playing very well, so I'm just really happy with this win.
What a touching moment, Nick. Now it's time to get into some big stories. We got some top shelf tennis to discuss. We have Naomi Osaka versus Ukraine's Marta Kostyuk. Former champion and fourth seed Naomi Osaka seems to be growing stronger with every match here in New York, even though she sustained a hamstring injury coming into the Open. And Kostyuk isn't looking too bad herself after she's taken out seasoned opponents in the form of Anastasia Sevastova and Daria Kasatkina in the opening 2 matches. Both of those wins came in straight sets. There's more heat on Ash because we get Novak Djokovic and Jan-Lennart Struff. These two gents actually met last week in the Western and the Southern Open, where Novak only dropped a total of 4 games. In this rematch of the pair's last week quarterfinals, the German will probably need to play the best tennis of his life if he hopes to have a chance of becoming the first player to beat Novak Djokovic this year.
And Allie, that makes me excited. I'm going to go right into Nick's picks because there's more great tennis. This is the 3rd round, you guys. They're playing for a spot in the 2nd week of the US Open. Let's look at Denis Shapovalov against Taylor Fritz, a battle of young guns with the chance for the American Fritz to reach the 2nd week of a major for the first time in his career. They've both looked pretty good in their first couple of matches. Next up for me, it's Angelique Kerber taking on Ann Lee, the young American, 20 years young. She's from Philadelphia. She lost just 3 games against Allison Risk in the previous round and has this sort of like crafty all-court game that could be really confounding for Kerber. Though, as you've noted in the warm-up, Kerber's looked really good this tournament. Torben Beltz is back in her box, and she's been playing some really top-notch tennis. She's our 2016 champ. Last but not least for me, Tsitsipas versus Coric. This is somewhat of a tennis hipster pick. I know you're going to have an even more hipster pick. We're going from the East Village to Williamsburg, essentially. But Coric and Tsitsipas, these are 2 guys that we've been talking about a lot, Allie, in the men's tour. Can they get to the top? This one's going to be a battle of Tsitsipas's power and the way that he wants to move forward on the court. And the fact that Coric gets every dang ball back, he's going to have his running shoes on and plenty of energy to take on Tsitsipas, who he's never beaten before.
Nick, you are so New York, and I'm going to continue with this New York flavor with my hipster pick. I'm going to go for Jennifer Brady and Caroline Garcia. These two are evenly matched in the form of their potential to go the distance. In fact, Nick, the last 2 matches against each other, they indeed went all the way. And so it could easily follow suit of what we have before us. Brady and Garcia are both big hitters and equally well known for their aggression. They even thrive on pace and taking the ball on the rise. The big difference to watch out for is that Brady does have an edge in that serve department. And Garcia is looking fierce after scoring 30 winners against the attacking player like Karolina Pliskova. This is going to be a fun match to watch, and I think I'm just looking forward to it, Nick, because I think my hipster picks are bringing the heat.
Allie, you are deep into Williamsburg with that hipster tennis pick. And actually, Williamsburg is one of the most hipster neighborhoods, fashionable neighborhoods in New York City. Let's go ahead and talk about fashion accessories. And 2020 means the mask. We've seen a lot of these on site here at the US Open. We have to start off with Serena Williams. She's always fashionable. She's always got some sort of print on. What are your thoughts here, Allie Love?
See, I think this is a well thought out look, Nick. I'm not going to lie. I think the bold skirt, the really like blended shirt, and then she has on a printed mask. I think the mask shows who you are on the inside, and I'm really digging this animal look that Serena's rocking. Okay, this one's been controversial, Nick, only because Victoria Azarenka, she's coming out with the branded logos. Like, this is lit.
Yeah, she looks great. She's got a print there too. Azarenka, if we go to Grigor Dimitrov, he's got the Bulgarian flag on his face representing his home country.
I'm not mad at representing your home country, but I think we could push the boundaries when it comes to masks, because, you know, again, push the boundaries.
Okay, this is a lace face from Camila Giorgi. Thoughts?
I think we could push the boundaries. I think that knowing Camila Giorgi and how she has pushed the boundaries and she's not afraid to, I think why not go there when it comes to the mask? It's not a bad look. Novak's mask is upside down, Nick. I don't know if anyone's noticed that, but I'm definitely the friend to let you know you have lipstick on your teeth, and Novak, I'm your friend to let you know, let's flip that around.
Yeah, where were you on court when he needed you in that moment?
I was screaming in my living room.
So, Allie, we've seen Naomi Osaka when she walks on court. She's making a statement. She's wearing the names of those Black individuals who have had their lives taken from them. And around the grounds, though, we're seeing her with a different look. What do you think of this?
I love it. I keep saying the mask reflects who you are on the inside. So I love that this is an aggressive mask. It looks fierce. It looks strong. And I think it, again, reflects who she is when she steps on that court and when she's walking around the grounds. I'm into it.
Yeah, I love it. And we look at a statement from Naomi, and how about this? This is the ultimate statement. Venus Williams, Wonder Woman. It works.
Yeah, this is the epitome of fierce. It's so true to who she is.
Those are the mask looks on the ground. I've been at the US Open a lot myself, Allie, and whoop, there we go. I've got my branded, oh, I love yours.
See, you know, You know what it is, Nick, is that I've been wearing the bold lip, so I figured my mask should, again, reflect who I am on the inside. So every morning I wake up with the bold lip and give you the warm-up looking fierce, because that's the word.
I love that so much. I literally am just wearing whatever mask I'm given. So this is it. The US Open logo is there. Oh, you've got a second one too.
Yeah, I told you. We're talking fashion. I love a good outfit change.
Amazing.
Of course, as we talk masks, we want to see, of course, your opinion on all these masks. We can give you our rundowns all the time, but of course, it's up to you to say who's rocked the best mask in the US Open for 2020. So take to Twitter, take to Instagram at US Open, use the hashtag US Open, and we're going to have that poll where you get to go in and let us know who's rocking it the best. So I think that's it for us, Nick, because you got to get some tennis going today, and I got to get some tennis watching on today with the fans. So again, that's the warm-up. It's been so much fun. It's been a Friday. What kind of Friday has it been, Nick?
It's been a fearless, fun, and fantastic Friday, and I think it's only going to get better.
Yes, that's right, Nick. Let's continue to move forward. Let's move fiercely, and let's move freely as we enjoy our fun Friday of some jam-packed tennis. That was the warm-up. I'm Allie Love, Nick McCarville. It's time to get into the games, y'all.